Hey gang, I'm equipment editor Jim Park. In this video, we're going to look around the interior of Western Star's new 57X on-highway truck. We're going to kick this one off with a tour of the new digital dashboard, and then we'll move back to the sleeper. I'm also going to highlight some of the interior trim packages and the options available on the truck. And while you're here, be sure to check out our exterior walk-around video, as well as the safety system video and our driving video. If you like what you see here, give that like button a poke and please leave us a comment. I'd love to know what you think of this new 57X. So let's get started. So here we are in the captain's seat of the new 57X. First thing you notice are these two electronic dash panels. These are pretty cool. Bit of a trend in the industry in the last few years, moving to this kind of a panel from an old analog dash gauge. I should point out too that an analog gauge and dash package is still available. If that's your preference, you can still get it. But this, what you see here, is the standard gauge package and dash panel package for the 57X. Pretty cool looking dash, huh? Here's Western Star's on-highway product marketing manager Ryan Major to explain some of the features and how it all works.
Starting with the left-hand panel, this is the A panel. It's a 12-inch digital display. It's controlled by the optical finger navigation or swiping on the left-hand side of the steering wheel here. So the driver can cycle through different gauges depending on what he wants to see. So it's fully customizable, or if he doesn't want to see anything, he can just turn it off if he wants a clear display. On the right-hand side of the screen is a lot more basic information, your trip information, your live miles per gallon, radio, what you're playing on the radio, and then recent call list over here. So you can take calls, you can make calls or hang up calls right from here, turn up the volume, mute yourself. The optical finger navigation on this side of the steering wheel will control the B panel display. So while you're driving, obviously we recommend using that. If the driver's not driving, this is touchscreen, so you can click directly on the screen itself, or you can use the buttons down here if you'd rather do that. I currently have my smartphone plugged in through this port here. These are USB-C ports, so my phone is connected. So with this display, you can do Apple CarPlay or Android Auto now. We have TomTom navigation as an option from the factory as well. So if a driver would rather have it fully integrated into the display. Under the chassis, if you have tire pressure monitoring, you're going to see your tire pressures pop up right there on the screen. And then you can also look at your tire temperature as well. So that's using the Bendix system. Those sensors will send temperature and tire pressure. And if anything gets out of whack or goes out of a certain range, the driver will get a warning, saying the pressure's too high or too low. Diagnostics, I mentioned this, the driver will have more access to information, so you can kind of figure out what's going on with the truck if there is an issue that pops up. Or you could talk, if it's a fleet situation, you can talk to the fleet manager to relay that information to figure out if they need to pull it off the road or if they can keep going until they get to the next stop. And then we're also sending that information through Detroit Connect as well, so they can access it virtually. All your multiplex switches are in this bank here, and then any air switches will be down in this bank here. So you have interaxle diff lock, suspension down, fifth wheel unlock. This is also a new feature. We are offering USB-C charging ports now, as well as your standard DC outlet. And then moving over to the right-hand side of the dash, this is where you can quickly and easily get to all the electrical systems. So we talked about the E-Vault. That's going to be behind this panel here. So the first thing you'll come to is the fuse box. There's two tabs. Open that up. Relays and your fuses will be stashed right here. So quickly and easy to access. And there's a diagram over here that tells the driver what he's looking for. Then behind here is where all of our ECUs are stacked, just like a computer hard drive.
Okay.
So if you have to get access to that, there's four bolts. You remove this cover, drop the fuse box down, and you can get to all the ECUs fairly quickly. The main HVAC filter is right here. This is also easy to access. The driver can pull this out. Excuse me. and clean it and then put it back in, so it is reusable. And if they need to access any of the other electronics, telematics preps or so on, that's also back there as well.
The 57X has 3 sleeper options: a 60-inch mid-roof, a 72-inch mid-roof, and a 72-inch Stratosphere high-roof sleeper. The 82-inch model has been discontinued, but Western Star says the 72-inch sleeper is actually 22% larger by volume than that biggest bunk on the 5700. It's also got more headroom and more upper storage space, they tell us. It's not shown here, but there's also a double bunk option with a spiffy retractable ladder to access the upper bunk. Let's go back to the sleeper and have a look and see what goodies await you back there. You'll see there's some really distinct differences from this version of the truck to the older Western Stars. The most obvious probably is this dinette area and sleeper bunk combination. And this model, the table drops down, the little catch here under the table you have to release, and these 2 little side seats both have a latch that you fold to pull down, which makes for a nice flat surface, gets all that hardware out of the way. And to release this Murphy bed, there's a little catch down here on the side. Pull that lever, down comes the bunk and takes out your widescreen TV. Got to be careful of that. It doesn't take much at all, really, to knock the table and chairs down, put the bed into place, and if you're nice and neat and orderly and leave your bed made, you don't even have to bother putting your blankets on. Just tip it down, jump into bed, and drift off to sleep. There's a few other things in here, like a wired standard refrigerator for drivers who like to pack a little bit of a lunch. There's an option for a larger refrigerator. The larger fridge isn't the factory option, but they can certainly cut out the space for a larger fridge.
Owner, operator, or driver could supply their own fridge. We have a platform that they can spec where they could bring their own fridge, basically up to a 3.3 cubic foot. Then above that is our flat screen TV mount. So I've got a 24-inch monitor here, and then I just have my computer hooked up. And this is the American Truck Simulator video game, which we've been working with them to put our trucks right in their video game. Above that is a microwave cabinet. You can do up to a 1 cubic foot microwave. So if you have an inverter, the other AC outlet will be right behind here in the microwave.
Several of these aircraft style overhead cabins. There's 2 on either side, and a ton of storage space up behind the bunk as well. Over on this side, we've got a hanging closet. If folks want to hang up some clothes. There's a little portable box down there for some more goodies. Oh, and I forgot to point out, there's a drawer here on top for keeping all your paperwork, which you don't need anymore because we've now got ELDs. You don't need to hide logbooks all over the truck. And around the back there is the control panel for the HVAC system in the sleeper, some reading lights, and a little storage compartment for everything you need to drift off to sleep comfortably at night. So that's a pretty comprehensive walk-around tour of the Western Star 57X. There's lots more here to talk about, little bits that don't often make the headlines, but all together will make this truck a really nice living experience. And there's really nothing about this that as a driver that I've noticed on this walk-around that I would argue with, except maybe the placement of that dipstick under the hood. Otherwise, I think the Western Star people have done a pretty fine job with this one. The 57X is available in 3 color schemes: quarry gray, charcoal black, and timber brown. I should tell you the timber brown is only available on the premium option. You can choose from cloth seats and vinyl upholstery, or go in style with leather seating and upgraded interior materials. Also offered is an optional idle-free battery-operated dual HVAC system. I think drivers are really going to like the interior of this truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has a really contemporary look to it. It's got a nice solid feel, and it's super quiet inside. The visibility is fantastic, and I found the driving position and the ease of access to all the controls quite to my liking. In short, I think Western Star fans are going to appreciate the changes over the 5700, even if some of them might take a bit of getting used to. Don't forget to check out our other 57X videos, the safety video, the exterior walk-around, and the driving video. and all the rest of our videos in our rapidly growing archive. Please give us a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Will alert you to all of our newest videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Equipment Editor Jim Park. Catch you on the next one.